This is part 3 of Topic 6, Geographic Data and Crime Mapping. In graduated maps, the sizes or colors of features represent the values of the variables. Figure 6.9 from the text is a black and white version of a graduated size map. Chart maps, which can use either pie or bar charts, allow the illustration of several values within a particular variable. The term interactive crime mapping does not refer to a type of mapping. Rather, it refers to simplified geographic information systems made available to novice users over the Internet. Crime analysts take two distinct approaches to the spatial analysis of crime and disorder problems: descriptive and analytical mapping. Crime analysts use categorical, statistical, and manual methods in displaying data and statistics in graduated size and graduated color maps. In the categorical method, different shading or different symbols are used to represent features, which are points, lines, and polygons, by unique values of a categorical variable. In the statistical method, points, lines, and polygons are shaded or graduated according to one of four formulas: natural breaks, equal interval, quantile, and standard deviation. In the natural breaks classification, a statistical formula is used to identify the natural break points inherent in the data. Crime analysts often use this classification in their initial examination of problems. In the equal interval classification, a statistical formula is used to divide the difference between the highest and lowest value into equal-sized ranges. This method is best suited to a uniform distribution, where there are similar numbers of incidents in all classes. To produce a quantile map, the GIS divides the number of records in the database by the number of categories selected by the user, which results in categories with equal numbers of records. Whereas other classifications are based on values in the selected variable to be mapped, quantile maps are first concerned with the number of records in the database and then with the values within the selected variable. In the standard deviation classification, mean and standard deviation of the selected variable are used to determine the breakpoints of the categories, which are shown in the legend not as whole numbers but as standard deviations. In the manual method, the creator of the map, which is also called a custom map, determines the legend. Crime analysts often use custom classifications to compare the same type of data over time, such as analyzing robbery by area each month. Crime analysts need to be aware of the following issues when using the descriptive methods described. For categorical and statistical classifications, breakpoints are determined based on the uniqueness of the database and are not comparable. In mapping, using different numbers of categories can yield different results. The analysis should include experimentation with a variety of classifications. Decisions about how maps are made should not rely on the default settings of GIS software. A polygon map may give the impression that incidents are occurring equally across the area when in fact they might be clustered or located along a particular street. One cannot draw conclusions about individual incidents based on analysis of incidents by area. In density mapping, crime analysts use the exact coordinates of incidents to determine concentrations of incidents that are not limited to predetermined areas. The process of creating a density map includes the following. First, placing an arbitrary grid over the study area. Next, computing a density score for each cell. Next, shading the cells according to their resulting scores. And finally, using colors to depict not the real counts of crime, but the ratio of incidents within an area. For example, the number of incidents per square mile. Crime analysts need to be aware of the following issues when using density mapping. First, they may give the impression that crimes have occurred in places where they actually have not occurred. Also, changes in cell sizes and search distances can result in very different maps. Also, the legends can be confusing. And finally, density maps have an inherent border bias because cells that are close to the edges of the study area may not have the potential for incidents to occur.